When a 7-year-old plays Pokemon, they never level up their whole team, only the one Pokemon they started with. So that is what I did, but I also made him my HM slave. The rules to this run are very simple. All I have to do is beat the game with only my starter. Catching Pokemon is not allowed. Pokemon from trading or gifts are not allowed. Once I get the egg from Professor Elm, I have to put it in the PC box almost immediately once I get it. I will also not be able to use the HM Fly because Totodile obviously cannot learn Fly.
Oh, really?
I cannot run from battles, but I am allowed to use items in battle. In the beginning, I ended up choosing Totodile as a starter, which will be able to learn all the essential HMs when it evolves to a Fraligator. I also named Totodile Grookey because it was the last Pokemon I had as a starter in Generation 8. I ended up restarting 6 times because I wanted to get a female starter to not have any problems with the move Attract in the gym fight with Whitney, the 3rd gym leader. I hate status moves being used against me because they cause many inconveniences. Also, having a girl to travel with really isn't that bad, you know?
Oh, yeah.
In this moment, the quest was really starting. We got our first Pokemon, we're leaving town for the first time ever as a 10-year-old, and we're just skipping town, not telling our mother. Well, we showed her mother a Pokemon, but we have to now fight our red-headed rival who stole a Pokemon from the lab. To be honest, the first battle with your rival is really nothing to be worried about. There's nothing special happening, and it's just a level 5 against my level 8, which is just a scratch and tackle battle to see Chikorita really go downhill as Grookey beats the snot out of it by scratching its face off. You know, piece of cake, nothing too big. Feel like our rival is puny compared to us. But since we get to name our rival, I was courteous enough to name it after another streamer, SmallAnt1. He's a horrible streamer. I mean, he's a wonderful person, such kind-hearted, and fantastic. In transition, it is now Gym Battle 1 against Faulkner. Yeah, he uses a lot of sand attacks. Nobody really likes status moves that really make them stop attacking the other Pokemon. Nobody likes it at all. It sucks. I'm gonna be like, you're blinding me. Have you ever had sand thrown in your face? It's like that, but it's your Pokemon, and it'd be like your dog in real life, you know? Just having sand in its eyes. But another thing Faulkner keeps using is Roost.
Wait till you see the. No, 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 no.
The worst attack in the entire world. Why would you use Roost? Because all you're doing is healing and preventing yourself from dying. Well, if I was using Roost, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But you using Roost, now we got problems. Because all I want you to do is fall over and die, okay? You're just a foul being, you bird. But then he just doesn't take the advice that I was giving him. He was just, let's use Roost again. Let's use Roost again. Oh, wait. You did a little bit of damage. One scratch. No, that hurt so bad. I'm going to use Roost once again, my little buddy. But I'm like, no, buddy, you need to stop. Get some help. But he didn't get help. He just kept using Roost. It's sad. We kept going back and forth with Gust, Bite, Gust, Bite, Gust, Bite. And then I'm like, I'm giving up. I'm going to use Water Gun. But then my ability came in Torrent. 25% more water power damage if below 40% damage, something like that. That's normally a starter ability. It's weird. But it came into clutch, took out Pidgeotto. That's what it is. It's not Pidgeot. That'd be evolved one more time. But Waterfall took it down, and then we were given the Bird Badge. We're on our way to become a Boy Scout, guys. Look at that. But then, out of nowhere, the man, the myth, the legend. Oh, wait, no. He's a horrible. Wait. I gotta be nice. So, he is the most generous person that ever challenged me for my dignity ever. SmallAnt1. But he lost all his dignity instead. I'm sorry, buddy. But his Bayleaf and everything else went down pretty fast with Ice Fang. And Ghastly only took one bite. It's really pathetic at this point. Like, seriously, why do you keep trying? And he can't keep up to my speed by any means. Grookey just keeps demolishing all of his Pokemon, and they all die. It's not like he can give us a Boy Scout badge. But the second gym can! Like Bugsy, the bug gym leader, who... Why is he Bugsy if he's bug type gym leader? Who knows? But Scyther goes down pretty fast with Ice Fang. It's like dropping like solid rocks off a tall point, you know? Rocks just fall that way. It's like the things fall. It's called gravity. And bugs are pretty useless. Nobody really likes bugs except Bugsy for some reason. I've never really liked bug Pokemon. They just seem a little odd. Metapod is the only one that didn't die. And I missed Ice Fang once. And it was like, why wouldn't you die faster? Kakuna dies pretty fast after this. And Scyther died even faster. It's just, I don't know. I'm going to get a bug catching badge after this one. I'm pretty sure. Critical hit on Kakuna in the end too. So we are on our way to becoming a full-fledged Boy Scout at the end of this with becoming Missing No. But all of a sudden, there we are in the fight with a whole nother gym leader. She's like, hey, I want your dignity too. Like my rival for some reason. Why does everybody want my dignity? I want my own dignity, right? It's like, that's not something you give away just for fun. But then she's like, yeah, I'm gonna use Attract. Just kidding, your Grookey's a girl. Nobody's really attracted to cows, are they? That's a little weird because cows are cows. I would never really want to marry a cow by any means. But then we end up getting the Ice Fang off to freeze Miltank, and we get frozen milk. It's like leaving your milk in the back of a refrigerator in your garage, and it just gets frozen because you forget about it. It's like 2-month-old milk with a big hunk of ice in it, which was milk. It's really disgusting. It's like Olive Garden serving ice cubes in milk. Why would you do that? What kind of human would put ice cubes in their milk? That is the most disgusting thing ever. But Whitney seemed to be pretty easy overall. She just kept using healing moves. It's like Gym 1 all over again. She keeps drinking her frozen milk. What is it, cool and refreshing? Disgusting. But then we are on our way, getting closer to being the best Boy Scout in the world after Whitney stops crying. She must have been a Girl Scout, you know. That's a really bad joke. Next thing you know, you see SmallAnt1 walking again on the screen. It's like, what is this? You came back to get hit in the face again. Well, it's more like your Pokemon are getting beat up again. But Grookey has finally evolved to Feraligatr and is just crushing everything with Crunch and Ice Fang. He just loves chomping. He likes his snacks, okay? Just let him be. He's hungry constantly. He's a growing girl, okay? He's the true OG Boy Scout. I promise you that. Grookey clutches it for everyone. Only reason why I've gotten this so far, our homie Grookey. But SmallAnt1, we're sorry. Hope you have a wonderful day. And stop fighting people. It's wrong, right? But on our mission to try to get more Boy Scout badges, we came in front of this guy who was in the burnt tower watching us fight SmallAnt1. For some reason, the man Morty, he wanted to fight us. It's like, well, we kind of wanted to fight him. He has the badge we wanted, right? So we were like, hey, I'm going to throw Grookey, and he's going to bite more like crunch all of your people, you know? He's going to have a wonderful time. He's not really going to taste anything. Hope it's pretty easy. Well, it's really easy. One hit for every single Pokemon. Why couldn't it be a little more of a challenge? We're only like 10 levels higher than his strongest Pokemon. This is weird. I don't like having an overpowered Pokemon. It's very strange, but it's a breeze to go through. We don't really have any problems with Feraligatr anymore. It's fantastic. With the addition of one more Boy Scout badge, we were set to this point. But then there was Chuck Norris. Who would have thought? Chuck Norris, man, the myth, the legend himself. Mighty fine with his really buff steroid Pokemon. It's like, what? I'm glad they never got to hit us once because that would have been sad and done a ton of damage. Because Poliwrath is pretty stoked. With his Focus Punch and everything, We would never let him focus. It's like taking a math test, but you have that kid clicking his pen constantly. It's like, why are you doing that? And you just want to smack him, but if you move, you get an F, you know? It's like you stand up, oh, F for you. Sorry, you don't pass your math test today. Oh, you over there, you're talking? Give me your paper. And it gets ripped in front of your face, you know, that moment? Well, that's kind of how it was when Polyrath basically fully healed himself with his hyper potion. But then we constantly break his focus with the pen clicking. It's wonderful. It hurt so much. It was sad. Why wouldn't he just stop clicking his dang pen? That's why we all failed those math tests here and there, you know? Sad. Even if we were homeschooled. But another Boy Scout badge looked fantastic. Yeah! We got one! We need 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Yeah! We got one. We need one more. Yeah! We got it, guys. So, it is now time to venture.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah! We found it, guys. We found it. Rock smashing it up. What you just saw there was actual clips of me getting excited during stream. And me being so lonely, I was just saying random stuff that came out of my mind. Like, rock smashing it up. And it's just weird. I don't know. That's how I am at times. But then we're against Magnemite and Steelix and everything. And it's like, quick surf. We're down. And then Steelix actually comes out. And then we drown him because it's super effective. Double damage, like 270 power with a single water move. Isn't that beautiful? Tons of damage. And then we add another badge to our Boy Scout abilities. Yes, we're Boy Scouts again. Now it's our second to last gym, and it's the ice gym. No one really likes this gym, and it's like a piece of cake whenever you come here. It's like, oh, that's a cakewalk. The last gym seemed harder for some reason. It just feels that way. But you're like the old man. He doesn't have too much to go. He's going for him anymore. He's a piece of cake, and he's like, where is my super suit? And he's like, well, he's old and he's probably has dementia and doesn't really remember. But it's sad. That's how it goes. Times when you just have to beat little children's Pokemon for a living, you know. But he somehow doesn't make any clutches and loses all the battles. And then we're rock smashing it up again against the Dewdong. But then it hits us with ice attacks that barely do any damage. But rock smash for the win, and then we become an even greater Boy Scout. Like we're almost the very best that ever lived. Even better than Ash Ketchum himself, who has the most badges in the entire Pokemon world for some reason. But what is this? A redhead? Once again? SmallAnt1? What? I thought we punished you a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I thought you died. But that was just his Pokemon needing to go to the hospital. So we are putting him out of his misery once again because he just keeps crawling back to us for revenge. And he's like, I will be the very best without sharing any love or anything. I'm like, well, that's not how life works. Your mommy loved you one time, didn't she? Maybe once or twice. But if you're like this, you may have been abandoned. But yeah, maybe you had a nun take care of you. I hope you had someone wonderful taking care of you. That's the least I can do as long as you keep chasing me and trying to fight me and take my dignity away. It's like, I probably shouldn't even be wishing him the best if he's trying to take my dignity. It's like, what is this man? What? But all he ever wanted to do is beat the Dragon Trainer, the champion. For some odd reason. Why would you make that goal? Who would? That's a crazy goal. And then there is the fake Giovanni Archer. That's his name. I don't even remember his name. I'm gonna be honest. I forget about it every single time. I'm like, fake Giovanni! Yeah! Blue-haired guy. Like, yes, I know you. And then we drown his dog. That was sad. But then he has like a ball of smoke that's like basically cancer that tries to attempt to kill us, sadly. But then it doesn't do too great because it gets surfed on. And then we drown his second dog. this is a really sad story at this point. Like, we're going around becoming the best Boy Scout in the world, and we're drowning dogs. But we're getting our Pokemon with sand in his eyes. It's sad. Hopefully, we have a better day at some point. And it just goes better at some point, right? Hopefully. Alligator would appreciate that. He doesn't like having his eyes gouged out. Earlier, when I was yelling out of excitement, I was finding heart skills. Initially, I thought we needed them to delete moves because the only way we could successfully do this run is if we ended up going to the move deleter like 3 times throughout the full run to delete HMs. First time to Blackthorn City, we end up deleting Cut and Rock Smash. I learned heart skills were not necessary by any means. It was sad. But we ended up learning Ice Fang to be able to take down Claire in the process. Gyarados was kind of a hassle. Didn't really die at the faint the proper way we wanted to. We had to use a lot more attacking moves than we thought we would. Then we ended up having to use Ice Fang repeatedly on the other dragons minus Kingdra. Kingdra is level 41. It just ended up using strength. This battle was really easy, to be honest. I was shocked how easy it was because I was expecting it to be harder. This was the hardest gym battle, like my first time playing this game when I was 7. I was 7. I was the 7-year-old playing this game with only using my one Pokemon, toted out. This is my life story right here, by the way. It's really funny and it's ironic, but that's how it was. I ended up using Totodile on my first run ever, and that's basically all I used. Minus I had HM slaves in the background, but Grookey suits better to be the HM slave here. It was also another accident I did. I taught all of my HM moves to my starter without knowing with all the consequences, because you can't unlearn moves, but then you don't know about the move deleter at that time. It's like, wow. And now we're at the point, it's like, what? I get all of my Boy Scout badges? This sounds absolutely fantastic. Who doesn't like their Boy Scout badges? Because I love my Boy Scout badges. And now we can go fight the league. You guys ready for this? This is going to be beautiful. But little did we know, we were actually going to be the world's best Boy Scout. But we actually had to fight dogs first. Lots of evolutions, all 5 of them in this generation at the time. And they were truthfully a piece of cake, except Umbreon. Umbreon was a hassle. Took 2 hits instead of 1. You know, every other dog took 1 hit, or evolution, whichever you want to call it. They're truthfully dogs. Like, flat out, Eevee is a dog. It is based off of a dog, and it looks like a dog. But it is a very cute dog in that matter. Don't forget, Eevee is very cute. Almost as cute as Pikachu, but not as cute as Pikachu. Because Pikachu is obviously cuter, for some odd reason, you know? But Grookey ended up having an easy time taking out every single one of these evolutions. It was a piece of cake, especially when it came to Flareon. Who would have thought? Double damage, you know? Waterfall, every single one of these once, minus Umbreon. Trying absolutely every Pokemon in his designated way. Especially fire types like Flareon. Also, if you guys are still watching up until now, that is amazing. And I really appreciate the support, and I'm thankful someone likes the content. I am streaming almost every day on Twitch, starting between 1:30 to 3 Pacific time in the afternoon. If you would like to check that out, link is in description. And once again, all the support is absolutely amazing. I am starting to think of a ton of content ideas, and I just need to fulfill them and actually put them to use. Right now on Twitch we have a sub goal of 25, and we're going to be doing Getting Over It. I know my friends really think that it'd be funny to watch me get frustrated of not being able to complete something like that. That would be really funny. I hope you all have a wonderful time watching the rest of the video. And now we are actually fighting one Vaporeon. It is the final evolution. The evolution battles are really something special. They take forever, and they're back to back to back to back. And they're pieces of cake for our one and only Grookey. But now, the moment we've all been waiting for. What? What game am I playing? Heart Gold or Soul Silver? We're playing Heart Gold. We're gonna drown a bird. Like, seriously, we've been drowning dogs at this point. We're just gonna hit it with Waterfall and call it a day. You know, it's one hit KO. It's Firebird. It's like a Phoenix almost, but it's not. It kind of died on us. It's sad. It's like, why do you do that? Oh, it's like, well, I couldn't handle the cold water. But then, out of nowhere, SmallAnt1 walks up behind us, puts his hand on our back, and is like, I want you to put my Pokemon down one last time before you end up putting down the whole Elite Four. And I'm like, yes, I will take your dignity once again from you, and you won't even know what happened. All of his Pokemon are like, wham! And then they're like, wow! And then they're down for the count. Dead, gone, blippity blank, dead. Yeah, there's nothing really to say about him. They were all piece of cake, one hit each. Our one and only Grookey was able to take them out with ease. Surf and Ice Fang were the best moves to use here because they are our most high power moves and super effective against most of his Pokemon for some odd reason, because he doesn't know how to counter pick our Pokemon. Like, if only he had one electric type, he would probably beat us pretty easily. But he just didn't ever think about it. Now, it is the moment we've all been waiting for. The Elite Four, obviously, not the final battle. Who cares about that? That's not needed whatsoever. We're actually gonna just take down everything. Will's Pokemon, piece of cake. No one cared about them. Oh, wait, Jinx. The Pokemon everyone does not think about. Nobody really likes Jinx, but Jinx was easy. But if you had to choose between Jinx and Executor, which one would you choose? Probably Executor, because Jinx is Jinx. Why would you ever want to pick Jinx? It's like the worst Pokemon you could ever think about. Who in their right mind would want Jinx? It's way out of spectrum. One-of-kind Pokemon. Maybe Nintendo made a bad mistake. Game Freak approved the wrong Pokemon. Maybe they just should have had another kind of different Pokemon, because maybe another fake Pikachu would have been the better idea. But Generation 1 was a dark time, you know? Nobody really looks back at it, except the people that only have played that game. And they're like, yeah, my favorite is Generation 1. And then you ask them why? Because that's the only game they've played. Like, wow, you need to broaden your horizons, why don't you? And now, it is time for our next channel, which is Koga. Koga is actually an old gym leader who left his family in the hometown he was with, his children, just to go stand in one room to wait for me to fight him. It's like, why would you do that? And looking at his fortress, like, okay, your tankiest Pokemon takes 2 hits from me. It's like, why? Just why? Why? There's no point in standing here waiting for me just to destroy you. Instead, you could just be standing in your hometown waiting for your lovely children to come home and watching them play, but you just stay here and wait for me to come and destroy you. That's a sad way to live, you know? Just waiting for the destruction of your Pokemon. Like, who would want to wait for the destruction of their Pokemon? We obviously trained Grookey for this very moment. Well, we didn't really train. We just kind of went through the motions and just did it. It's not like we ended up making Grookey do push-ups and everything. That would have been pretty cool. But that is not what we did. So, Koga was a piece of cake. And he's down for the count and dead. Guess what, guys? We found Bruno Mars. Who would have thought? He's just gonna throw grenades and we're gonna have to catch him, and then he says he's gonna catch a grenade for us, even though we're the people that have caught the grenades first. I'm like, why did you throw the grenade if you said you were going to catch it? Some hypocritical things, you know? But on the other side, Bruno Mars, piece of cake, took him down. His best punch was the Thunder Punch by Hitmonchan. It didn't do too great. It was like 40 some damage, you know. If only it did a little more damage, he would have been alright. But he just couldn't do it. The move was supposed to be super effective, but it was super not effective, even though it said super effective when it hit us. Sadly, it's like, well, maybe you should train harder. Your Pokemon look like they can do push-ups. Why don't you make them do push-ups? I don't make my Pokemon do push-ups. They just get stronger anyways. Well, I think it's called steroids. I'm gonna be honest. I think I've been through steroids. I don't know if I did or not. I just can't remember. It's what steroids do to people, right? Hallucinations, forgetfulness, never mind. We don't talk about that. And is there any other effects? Oh yes, we build muscle. We get the muscle gaining skills. Who doesn't like muscle gaining skills? Also, Onyx was one waterfall away from death, and it was a piece of cake. Bruno Mars, gone. It's nothing too big, you know, it's pretty small, especially after steroids. When going shopping, you might think about these people. Karens. Who would ever think about a Karen? Because that is actually the name of the next Elite Four member. Nobody really thinks about Karen. It's just like, oh yeah, I forgot about her. Yeah, no one thought about her. I didn't think about her. But Karen, for some reason, has all the Dark-type Pokemon. Umbreon, her tank. It's like, what are you doing? You think you can withstand a hit? Yeah, she does. She takes 2 hits, like the other Umbreon we were talking about earlier. Sadly happening again. It's like, why? But then her grass type doesn't even be able to live between it coming out of the Pokeball and it trying to attack me. It just has me attack and it dies. Like, what is this? It's not supposed to happen that way. It's supposed to be able to attack me, be super effective, and we're drowning dogs once again with Waterfall. Who would have thought? This is really sad. We need to stop drowning these puppers because I really want a dog, but in my current living situation, I can't have a dog. It's really sad. But do you know how cool it would be to have a dog? It would just be your best friend, fluffy and staying there on your bed and just being a dog. But then Karen lost, so then we stopped talking about dogs. And now, the moment we've actually all been waiting for. Well, kind of. It's been a give or take the moment, you know. Gyarados. Nobody likes Gyarados. Come on. We all hate Gyarados. Gyarados just doesn't die fast enough. That is our true reason of hating Gyarados. I ended up getting to use items in this battle. So I ended up using X attacks. I'm like, this will make a piece of cake. Nothing too special. Pretty fast. Quick and easy. No one cares about Gyarados. Gyarados used the Intimidate and I got frustrated. I don't like Intimidate because that makes my stats go down and then killing things is a lot slower. Like, why don't you faint already? Like, you were supposed to be gone hours ago. So it just makes it faster if we end up using abilities to make attack damage go up, you know? This is the best plan in the entire world. So we end up doing that, and then everything dies with an Ice Fang later in Surf. After taking down Gyarados with just strength, because Gyarados resists all of our other moves, which doesn't do too much damage, but truthfully this would be considered the hardest battle of the game. But you know what this reminds me most of? This reminds me of SmallAnt1. You know, he's so epic. We beat him every time, but he was the true OG. Like, seriously, we could have more battles with him. That would make a 10 out of 10. You know, I wish he was the actual person able to be in my place beating Lance right now. But if you really wanted to watch that, you could actually go to his channel and watch him play Pokemon Heart Gold. But you're watching me. Chi. So we won. And that was all. Hope you have a great day.